What it do? What it do? Hey man, say man, say man, hey man. That's another episode of Live, Lit, and Legit. It's your boy Q Smith, 2 Cups, all that. And always your boy.
Hey, it's your boy B, you feel me?
Hey, B. I say another one.
Another one.
I say another one.
Yes, sir.
My boy is not even from the state.
No, he ain't even in the state.
My boy didn't flee the state. B, who we got?
I don't know about flee the state. But bad. Man, we got super producer himself in the building, man. Mr. Sam Murray.
What's up, everybody?
From Sam.
How's it going?
What it do, dog?
Just chilling right now. Trying to earn some money, you know?
Yes, sir. Hey, man, we appreciate you, brother, for, hey, man, even checking us out, coming on the episode, man, the podcast. We thank you, man.
Yeah,
tell the people a little something about you, Sam.
Man, I'm a drummer first and foremost, to be honest. Been playing drums since I was about 2. Then I started playing guitar later on. Then I hopped into producing probably around 2014, I think, is when I put my first beats up on online and whatnot. So just been rocking with the producing for now. Just been doing that, trying to make something happen with it.
Sam, you been there, yo?
Yeah. I've been there.
That's what's up.
Right.
Production question, producer. Mm-hmm. You still messing with that Fruity Loop?
Yeah, no, that's what I've always messed with. The Fruity Loops is always what I've done. To be honest, I feel like that's the most user friendly. To somebody, maybe something else is more user friendly to somebody else, but to me, it's always been Fruity Loops. That's what I've always been with, and that's what I've always rocked with. So, Fruity
Loop. Hey, Sam, I hear these folk with that entertainment.
Hold on. We forgot to bring in our person always working the bit board, always on the ones and twos. She's always mixing and matching over there in the cut, and then she'll throw in something crazy and have us thinking and talking stupid. Miss Bell Janice.
Hey, social media consultant. Oh, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are y'all?
Oh man, it's another day at the office.
I know that's right. What's up, Sam?
What's up? How's it going? I appreciate y'all having me on.
We got Sam and BG in this thing, B.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And guess what we finna do? Hit them with the entertainment. Shout out to my boy Weezy F, baby. Don't call him crazy, but it just went down. Now, as you guys know, Wayne has reportedly pleaded guilty to illegal possessing a loaded weapon. Now, all this occurred back on December 11th, 2019. Now, I'm saying this to say this, guys. We have to big up our people and let them know that we are walking with you every step of the way. Now, the feds got an anonymous tip that Wayne was touching down at the Miami Opelika airport. Now they got there same time Wayne did. They made their way onto the plane and they found a Remington 911 45 with some other kind of substance. My boy was going silly dump. Shout out to Wayne. Hey man, so moving forward, man, here we are around this time a year later. Wayne has took a plea deal with the feds. Now, reports say he will receive little to no jail time, but it could be facing up to 10 years, which is not gonna happen. We're gonna support my boy Wayne right here on live. We gonna support my boy Wayne. B, say it ain't so.
Hey man, a great man once said, if you do the crime, you must do the time. Right.
Listen, but hold up. We ain't doing no time. We ain't doing no time. Because
I mean, no.
What if you didn't do the crime?
Did they not find the gun?
Right.
Did they not find the gun and the drugs?
Oh, it's just partner them, my homeboy and stuff.
My mama taught me when I was young and I would leave the house. She would always say, "Birds of a feather." That was the first thing. Then she would always say, trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out. So you got to control the people that you hang with. Because if they go do something stupid and all y'all in the car together, or in Wayne's case on the plane together, everybody go down for it.
Guys to be careful, right? You
Right.
have to be careful.
Right.
God,
What do
now
you
with
think they're
that,
gonna learn though? It's the same charges over and over.
Yeah.
And come on
well,
now, anonymous tip.
that's what I don't be liking, the anonymous
Is
part.
somebody
Like,
around? That's how I feel.
I mean,
Somebody
we
with
all know rappers. We all know rappers have one of the most, if not the most, dangerous job in the world. So, you know, I'm not against them on the Remington, 1911-45 to be exact. I'm not against them, but however, you have to be careful with those illegal substance. You know.
That and plus though, it's like, but you got to know the gun laws of where you're going. See, because if like we have our concealed carry permits here in the great state of Alabama, right?
Right.
But there are certain states that don't accept our concealed carry permit. So if we're traveling and we go to one of them states like New York and we get pulled over with a concealed weapon, we're screwed because they don't honor our permit. Am I making sense or am I way off base?
yeah, and
Yeah. No.
ours is totally different too. We really don't have to have a permit here. As long as they can see, you will not me that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely
So
right.
Alabama is just totally different. Period.
I thought about that boy say go to New York with a pistol. Boy, I don't think I can think about that Akon. So I'm locked up. It's over with.
You're gonna be up there forever, like the federale in
It's
Mexico. You're gonna
over
be
with.
forever.
Oh
You're
man.
done.
Yeah,
Oh man.
definitely. So
Hey.
like if I'm on a private jet or a PJ as they call it,
PJ.
uh,
And see,
I'm gonna know wherever we're going. See, because one thing about traveling in a car, we have to check out every state we're gonna go through to make sure that we'll be covering all the way up, right?
Correct.
If you're on a private jet, you just gotta pretty much check the state you're leaving from and the state you're going to. You know what
Correct.
I'm saying? Um, you just got to be more careful. He has way more than enough money and people around him to still be getting caught up on these dumb charges. You know what I'm saying? And the feds have always chased celebrities in the air because your plane is documented. They know where you're going. You have to check in with the FAA when you take off and before you land. So they know where you're going. Think about it. Ray Charleston got bound up at the airport. Johnny Cash got bound up at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities throughout the years, they get jammed up at the airport because they know where you are. That's the only time they can document exactly where you're going to be. They know when your plane touches down. They know when to jump on.
I think it's some back ends going on. Anonymous tip, and you know what? Check in
yeah,
with the AFF and the
that
what?
sounds.
It's some back ends going on.
Probably.
But let me ask you this: airlines don't have their own pistol permit like rules.
No, because they have U.S. Marshals, which
Oh,
are federal agents. So, they're good.
yeah,
So,
yeah, no.
Right.
because like as
But with the
civilians
drug
on a,
part though, that was somebody that knew him that snitched him out.
That's all that
yeah.
was.
That's stupid. Probably ain't sure enough.
Right.
Sad. This is sad. Guys, let me tell you what else is sad. Moving on in this entertainment, the music concert industry. Guys, now reports have went out that they are behind a 30 billion. Once again, 30 billion compared to where they would have been right now if it wasn't COVID-19. Now reports have went out, they done calculated it up. We got calculations have went to say such as 9.7 billion have been lost just in the box office alone. Man, they went on to say the other 20 billion accommodates for sponsors, concessions, merch, transportations, restaurants, hotels. Woo! 30 bill.
That's
It's a
wild.
lot of money.
That's why all the
Yeah.
celebrities on
Man.
OnlyFans now.
Yeah, right. That's the new wave, huh?
That's new way, Sam.
I feel like OnlyFans is now what SoundCloud was to Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's 100%. I feel like what it was. That's how it is. I feel like.
Sam, you ain't got no OnlyFans now, do you down there your wife?
Nah, maybe I need to put some beats out on OnlyFans, right?
Right.
Maybe I need to make some
That's
exclusive
lit, man.
some exclusive beats or something. Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
Man,
That's a lot of
crazy.
money. Because
It
come
is.
to think about it, like I was ready for the Millennium Tour this year. All that I ain't seen Chris Brown in a year. I don't feel right.
Right. It's weird.
Pay all Chris Brown bills. I want front row.
Dang.
But just
I'm
think
so
about
I'm happy. I'm
What?
happy cause know exactly where I'm finna go with this. Nobody wants to see the Millennium Tour, okay?
what?
They can stop that.
Cause if y'all seen
Nobody
that
cares
when
about the Millennium Tour.
Man,
if
we was
y'all
out there
seen,
digging in the rain. That was the
we
best
have been
concert.
covering this from like the third or fourth episode on Live with Legit. I've been arguing that man down, let him know. Listen, the Millennium Tour
Nobody
is
cares.
litty.
It
about
was
the Millennium
jumping.
Tour.
B, don't get mad because you ain't go.
I don't want to go. Like I said, Cuzzo can give me free tickets, and I'm gonna send somebody else to my place. I'll send Mr.
You
One Gotta Go.
crazy. You didn't want to see Pretty
I'm
Ricky.
good. No,
You don't want to see B2K, Chingy,
they're
Yin Yang
all
Twins,
they're
the
all
Yin Yang
old.
Twins.
They're all old.
Yin
Yin
yang
Yang
in it
Twins got
thing.
grandkids.
Hey.
They got grandkids now. You know what I'm saying? They all
And
old.
they was still getting it. And we was out there in the rain standing in our chairs. We were sick for 2 weeks after that, but that was the
See, I ain't got time.
best.
Y'all had COVID before COVID was even a thing. See what I'm
Probably
saying? I ain't
did.
got time for it.
What are we doing? What are we
I
doing?
ain't got time. But no,
Probably
but
did.
seriously though, seriously, that's crazy. I don't know if the movie theater industry will ever come back. I think like movie theaters may be done because especially with like Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, HBO Plus, all these different streaming services, what I think they're gonna do, and I've heard talks about like Paramount was talking about launching their own streaming service and they release their movies on their streaming service. So you pay like an additional fee. So like if you pay $9.99 a month for the Paramount streaming service and they get ready to drop Boys in the Hood 2, then they'll charge you an additional $20 for Boys in the Hood 2. And that's how they'll make their money for their movies.
So what is
So-
so what you paying $9.99 for everything they already
Absolutely.
did?
Yeah, and then you'll pay extra for the new release. And so effectively killing the movie theaters because the movie theaters won't be able to survive.
Kind of killing them too, brother, because ain't nobody finna pay $9.99 to see something that I could probably see on something else. And that's already if anything out.
But that's the trick. If they launch their own streaming service,
They gonna
then
just
they
take
pull it
everything.
off of everything else. Like Disney snatched all their stuff off of Netflix and Hulu once they launch their own streaming service. So if you want to watch something that Disney has, you got to go get Disney Plus. I got Disney Plus. I like it. I enjoy it. It's nostalgia. I be watching all the old stuff like Recess.
But you know what?
Mickey
That
Mouse
sucks, man.
I
That
deleted
sucks.
mine.
Because that means, say me and my boy Sam Merge just left the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got a little baby. He got a little baby.
Right.
They say, 2 cups, Sam, take us to the movies. I say, hey, Sam, we finna take these little babies to the movies.
Right.
Sam decided to sit on that side. I decided to sit on this side. When we leave the movies, we're smiling from ear to ear because we know what we did and it wouldn't watch the movie.
Right.
Are y'all 16? Are y'all teenagers?
Let go, Sam.
Hold on.
I know what you
Go,
mean.
Sam.
That's funny.
You and Sam both have y'all own residence. Why are y'all going to the movies to do
Oh,
these
just a
things?
fun night. It's not out the house. We want to get out the house. We want to get out the
Exactly,
house.
right.
Own bed.
You gotta keep, yeah. You gotta get out the house sometimes, right? That's funny.
But
What you got for me?
oh man, first things first. Did y'all hear about the House introducing legislation to legalize marijuana on a federal level?
I heard that, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's huge. We've never had federal legislation introduced. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, it's not gonna pass because as soon as it hits the Senate, it's a Republican-led Senate, so they're gonna shoot it down. It'll never make it to the president's desk. But it was a vote. It was 228 to 164. A vote to approve the measure was bipartisan. It was the first time either chamber of Congress had ever I can't talk tonight,
Endure is all good.
endorsed the legalization of cannabis. The bill would remove the Drug from the Controlled Substance Act and authorize a 5% tax on marijuana that would fund community and small business grant programs to help the most impacted by the criminalization of marijuana. So basically, they're going to take that federal money and then kick that back to the community and help, impoverished communities. I'm assuming convicted felons, by them saying helping people impacted by marijuana, convicted felons who have federal drug charges from marijuana, and also it'll also demand the immediate release of any person that's in prison due to a marijuana charge, which I think is awesome.
With a capital A.
Right.
That's
exactly what I heard.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, because more than anything, that's what needs to happen immediately. Even like with these states that have already that's already legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone in California that's in prison because of a drug charge, they should be released.
When it's over 1,000 dispensaries that's selling that gas, and you
Yeah.
walked up because you know what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah. Now,
100%.
if he was a crack dealer or a heroin dealer, okay, that's a little harder. But if he got popped with a pound of marijuana and now they sentence him to 10 years in prison, man, let that man go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he deserved to be free. Sam, you're in which state?
I'm in Texas.
Oh,
I'm probably worst case scenario for the weed laws,
No,
something like that out here in Texas.
Oh boy,
we're probably worst case in Alabama.
Right. I agree with that too. Right, you got to throw Alabama in there too.
Sam, they will hide you off of 0.1.
That's like how I'm not gonna lie. I've heard a bunch of people getting away with smaller amounts, like actually the cops like just telling them to eat it and they can go on their way. But that's crazy if they lock you up for 0.1.
It's
crazy. What?
It's crazy because I'm telling you, dog, it's crazy.
I don't know if I've ever heard about that. Like I said, I've heard of small amounts that may get you off by whatever means, but I don't know. That's crazy.
I say this, okay, if you're not going to just legalize it, do to us as you're doing to the other states, like make it a citation, right? You know, if it's over a certain amount, a
misdemeanor, right? I agree. For smaller amounts, I think that's how they should do it. I mean, the reason they tax it is to earn money. I think they could earn just as. I don't want to say. I think it should be decriminalized completely. I mean, legalized, I should say, not even decriminalized.
Yeah, for real.
Criminalized implies that they can. I believe they can still get you on something. It's not completely legalized. It's decriminalized. So I think there's some leeway in there, but legalized, I think that it should be legalized everywhere, to be honest with you.
But I feel like, man, the reason why in a lot of states here, to be exact, they don't want to legalize it because they don't want to encounter the legal part behind it. You have to think about the illegal things that they are doing and you know what I mean?
Right.
Lord. Yeah. It got real, Sam. It got real.
I know,
it got real, Sam.
The conversation got real.
That's why though, because it's like, man, I'm gonna lose this much money, like, you know what I'm saying? That's unaccounted for, under the table, like all, you know.
That's a good point too, right? You used to hear about that a lot. People thought that was a conspiracy, but that people that behind the scenes didn't want to lose money and whatnot. But I mean, it's kind of true. People lobby to keep these laws in place because potentially they could be earning money behind the scenes. You don't necessarily know 100%, but there's a lot of cases I'm sure that people are earning money behind the scenes. So they're wanting to keep it illegal and whatnot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really think it's BS.
I agree, 100%. And the crazy part is, I think the first time I heard about it being quote unquote like decriminalized. Oh, I know California was like 2009 or 2012 whenever they legalized it basically, or decriminalized it at least. Yeah. I heard whenever that happened, I heard people in the 70s were saying how it would be decriminalized and legalized by that point. So it's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
like it keeps going and keeps going. It's just like at this point, what's the point of it? They're just backing it up. You might as well just get it done with and
Might
legalize
as well, man.
criminalize it, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's like, or it's just like a bunch of people in elementary school that can't make up their mind or whatnot. So
Yeah,
that's how I
exactly.
see it, at least. That's what the way it seems to me, at least.
It's money for them under the table.
Right, exactly.
I feel like it's money for. And once upon a time, liquor was illegal.
Exactly.
To me, it's just as harsh than weed, than marijuana.
Exactly. Right.
Alcohol is a drug.
Yeah, it is. Right. Just like
it's
tobacco.
worse. That's why they call them spirit stores, because you act crazy when you drink them.
Yeah.
And when you have some marijuana, you just be mellowed out, chilling. It's like,
yeah, and talk. Yeah, have a conversation or something.
Just be chilling.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Boy, you crazy.
Hey! What's happening? This your boy, Mr. One Gotta Go. And I'm back with a good one. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of weird. I don't know if y'all might function with this, but it's kind of weird to me. It's a variety. It's like because they're getting a lot of bags.
Big bags.
It's a bag from. To me, I see it a cultural bag, but it's like a fast food bag still too. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just go straight to it, bro, because it ain't much I really can say about it. Just what y'all got, man. One gotta go.
This man say beef. This man say bacon. Tacos. Donuts. And sushi.
The donut really throwing me off.
Beef.
For real.
How?
It just is. The sushi kind of out of place.
You never had no donut with bacon on it?
None of it goes together.
You never had no donut with bacon on it?
No. None of it goes together at
It don't. It don't. It's a
Let's ask him some.
Hey, I got one. Have y'all ever been to Jack in the Box?
No.
You never been to Jack in the Box?
No, sir.
Farther west I've been is Texas.
I think they got Jack in the Box is in Texas.
I didn't eat.
Man, look. Next time you go out west, bro,
Okay.
function with Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box got a mean menu.
Okay.
Similar to this, minus the sushi, you could probably get away with that being Jack in the Box for real. I don't know. They got some sweet ass dessert, but it ain't no donut. But you can get away with it. Like this is Jack in the Box feeling. So, but Jack in the Box got egg rolls, they got tacos. Of course, they got bacon because they got all kind of burgers, chicken, whatever with bacon. Chicken fries. They got curly fries. They got.
This is so.
It goes down.
This is funny, cuz. We go with Coach.
Somebody got to pick.
Hey, look, go with Coach. This is the one game where this man ain't say put me in the game, Coach.
He couldn't say nothing.
They call me crazy.
He couldn't say nothing. Bro, he ain't said a day. Like, he really just shut the hell up. Like,
This different, Mr. Watson. They call me crazy. I be telling you,
Hey, I'll do it.
I'm gonna say, I'm still gonna throw you out there, big
I'll
boss.
do it.
I'm still gonna throw you out there, dude. Hey,
Man.
dude, hey, run it.
Alright, bacon. I love my swine, bro. Tacos, man.
Swine is
I've been introduced to this nice little restaurant this year, and since then I've eaten out 843 times.
From
by
where?
the name of Chipotle.
Oh,
I'm gonna continue to keep talking.
you got a membership up there?
I might as well. They might as well give me a badge. I'll be up there so much. Donuts. Donut. What you see, what you get? Donut.
No,
Krispy Kreme with a little hot light on.
bro.
Pop up in the
Bro.
thing. So I have to-
I'm gonna have to pause you, big pause you. So you mean to tell me with a donut, because this donut, it speaks for all donuts of every walk of life. So you gonna sit here and tell me that you ain't never been to Krispy Kreme to where, like, you can see the donuts rolling down a little conveyor deal,
And they got the
and
little-
they slide through the glaze.
glaze.
They slide through the glaze, and they pick them
Like
out of there.
a little waterfall.
There's a waterfall of glaze,
I'm talking-
and they pick them out of the
Start to finish.
Start to finish. I feel you. From front to back. So they pick them. They do them. Boom. Everybody pick them out of there. Put your 12 buddies in there,
You ain't don't know.
and give them to you. This one, I'm gonna say back to what I know. When you can get a 12 piece,
12 piece.
you can get a dozen. How they call it? A dozen
Hot. Fresh.
No, bro. When I'm telling you, fresh, they melt through the box.
They make you quiet.
Do what, y'all?
And when you get ready to pick them up, and they gonna only run you $5.
Melt in your hand.
$4.95, and you pick them up, and you can't pick them up and like have your hand rub them. You gotta pick them up with like 3 to 4 fingers. Pick them up like this out the box, and
Inhale them things.
cuz.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna tell me that you will give that up and wouldn't try to.
I never said nothing bad about donuts. I just said donuts. You what you see is what you get.
I've had a delicious donut before, bro. I love pastries for one thing, but what I'm saying,
so fast.
bro, I don't give a damn.
I love pastries.
I love pastries, bro.
Be focused, brother. We don't miss a one gotta go. Notice how you said what you had to say about the donuts.
Bro, I'm fat as hell.
Hey, did you see how you get hit?
got
his
offended.
bad folk.
He
Did
got
you?
offended real
No.
quick.
They called me crazy. Did you see how this man philosophized? Like he was a
He hurt my feelings.
Did you hear how
Like,
I
I'm
his
finna
bag
let
on
you
the
know.
I
donut?
didn't even say
Hey,
nothing bad.
but it was the tone that you brought about when you brought the whole donut into my
Man,
You sighed and took a breath. You said, and kind of giggle with it, like fuck them donuts.
Man,
Like that's what I took from it.
He ain't let me finish.
We gonna go back,
I
bro.
was gonna say
No,
donuts.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Krispy Kreme. Pop on up in there with the hot light on.
And
I
you
actually
don't stop.
said that.
You
I
did.
said that.
I stopped myself. I said, then you stop.
Then
You
I was
stop.
gonna move on to sushi.
Hot and ready. Go ahead,
Sushi.
Finish running your line.
Sushi is kind of near and dear to my heart. I enjoy sushi. I like sushi with good sake and wasabi.
Did your mama make it?
No. But since I've gotten grown, I've expanded my palate.
Okay.
And I like sushi.
That was
The only thing I know what a
That's
pallet
all.
is was you just sleep on the floor with your cousin and spend the night.
And they ain't come with no
You heard I
sushi.
said spend the
They
night.
didn't come with no sushi.
Y'all must hold on.
Damn,
And they come with
Y'all
no
learn. Y'all must not be privileged to these finer things in life.
You're high as a
when you
giraffe.
can go
man.
into a
Why
nice
I told you I've been
Japanese
around the world
restaurant,
from Maine to Spain.
Get you
I know
a
what's
nice
going
little
on
bit
out
of
here.
a nice little sushi dish with some sake,
Yeah.
and sit across the table from your lady and be like, "You look good tonight."
They got some lemon pepper. They got some lemon pepper hot wing where you can look across the table and say, they ain't got no lemon pepper in the sushi.
Man, I'm gonna
So
tell you
we
like I
can
used
still
to
pull
tell
up.
them,
We can
so
still pull up.
No, hold on, time out. No flag on play. I'm tell you like you some lemon pepper hot when you at the sushi bar and a hibachi place. No, do push-ups. I'm gonna tell you like I used to tell them truth. Do push-ups. You're wrong.
So when we got in sushi place, why I gotta order right? Cause I ain't never
Sushi,
been.
you can get you a hibachi and they're gonna put it together. I highly doubt that you're gonna get
Neighborhood.
sushi.
What can we get from the sushi?
It's not gonna be in the
The
neighborhood.
best thing you got is Publix sushi.
That man, what better public?
No, cuz I'm not gonna lie to you.
What can we push up in the sushi bar and get right here?
They
You
got
can't
some
tell me these folks ain't got no
chicken fingers and fries.
They ain't got no chicken fingers and fries.
But they
Where
got-
catfish?
That nigga said cat.
They ain't got no
You ain't gonna find a
filet.
catfish, buddy. Nah. You may find some salmon
Salmon.
You gonna
Okay,
find some
grill
good
salmon.
salmon.
Grill salmon. Grill.
It's gonna be raw.
in the sushi
You got
or some tuna.
Eat that be all top. Boom. Run it.
Them fries.
Who?
Macaroni.
Macaroni.
What are these folks doing in the sushi? All y'all doing is
You need to
raw
expand your horizon. That's what it sounds like.
All y'all folks
You
doing
need
is
to get out the
Oh,
neighborhood.
bro, hibachi is cooked.
Okay, if I
hibachi is fried rice. You got vegetables. You got chicken steak.
My brother, I was
No. But it's gonna be like
What
it's
kind of
cooked. Hush back. They cook it in front of you. Hibachi, they cook it in front of you, and it be in a.
I do little rice. I know about the Hawaii with
No, you
rice.
talking about with little rice.
Yeah.
Little rice, a lot of rice, Jack.
I know about the
Don't
big
get
big rice.
Do
Do
they
they
thing.
neighborhood bag? You ain't got no other vegetables besides the rice? But they cook them for you?
Rice ain't a
no
vegetable.
damn vegetable.
Oh, man. That's the only thing I got. Hibachi. The rice.
Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted.
You were.
Love bacon, love tacos. Donuts are okay. Love sushi. So as you can hear from that, I'm not Homer Simpson. Donuts are out of there.
So I told you he had something against the donuts.
They gone. I don't find someone to like
Whatever,
donuts.
man.
What you
Get
gonna
out of
do?
here.
Listen,
Move.
I don't have a cup.
B, you do. Cause guess what? Donuts out of there. What you got? That's one I got.
You don't even know what sushi is.
Exactly.
You sure about that?
Have you ever had sushi?
How y'all boys talking? I want to have it. Hibachi.
That nigga scared.
Well, what you gonna do?
Sushi is not hibachi.
I had donuts. I ain't never had this. You feel me? I want to do it. Hey, guess what? Yes, sir. Mr. Money got to go sushi on your album. Yeah.
Hey, he got a lot of gas right now doing some sushi, right?
Wait till we put that plate in front of.
I'm not even gonna tell him what's in sushi.
You just gonna get it with a whole lot of wasabi.
Sushi, wasabi.
Watch this whole face turn. A whole lot of wasabi.
You ready?
We doing big things on this one,
Alright.
man.
Toast you
We
some
doing
water.
big things. Hey,
You gonna need some apple juice or something by the time we can, boy. Hey man, look here. Ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had a donut before I had.
Don't take your class back.
What the hell going on here? Hey man, look. We got bacon. Bacon ain't going nowhere. Bacon is the chicken of the sea. Tacos. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt what he said.
Cause I come from interruption.
What he said.
I don't know.
I have tacos. Hey man, my baby mama and them, they come from the Hispanic walks of life. Mexico to be specific. So I love tacos, tamales, and I don't fool with what you call that shit? But yeah, the dilemma between these donuts and sushi. Woo. Hey man, sushi good for you. Donuts is good for your smile. I'm around with these donuts, pal. Cause they make little kids like them, old people like them, dogs like them.
Sushi good.
Hey man, I love the smile. I told you one got to go sushi.
Donut stand.
So you can
Hey,
take
bro,
sushi and gotta
I'm a
go.
winner
Oh,
because
no.
this is different. I'm a winner on this one.
No.
Jordan don't rule. Damn these fools. Hey, this Mr. Wayne gotta go. We gotta go. Peace.
Got my boy Sam Murray.
Hi, how's it going? How are y'all?
Good, man. Sam, man. So tell us a little bit about your career as a producer.
Man, honestly, in a way, I kind of feel like producing found me only because I really, ever since I was about 2 years old when I started playing drums, like just a little kid, like a little drum set, a little cheap drum set. Then I grew up, I still was taking it seriously growing up, and eventually got my first drum set when I was like, first real drum set, which was a Pearl drum set. I think I was like 13 or 14. Kept going with that through high school, and I did like a marching band. I was on the drum line freshman year and sophomore year, and so I did that. That helped me also like learn how to read music and whatnot. So I just stuck with that for 2 years, and I believe it was 2014. It was actually 2013 I started producing, but 2014 February was the first time I put up my first 2 beats like on SoundCloud or whatnot. So I just always stuck with producing since 2014, just trying to make something happen. I was actually in a band at one point, like I think it was probably 2010, 2011, and it's pretty funny because it was actually like kind of a mix between, we would play country music whenever we would have like 5 out of the 3 guys, and then whenever we only had 3 out of the 5 guys, we would play progressive rock music and a lot more hard stuff. We had the bass player, the guitarist, and then me, the drummer. So we did that. So in a way, it was basically like 2 bands in one. So I was playing a bunch of different types of music when we would play in Dallas at different clubs and stuff. We would do that a bunch. Probably we would try and do it every weekend, but you couldn't really do it every weekend sometimes. So every couple weekends or whatnot. And then the band kind of broke up because the guitarist actually ended up moving to Oklahoma, and we always kept in touch. But I basically just wanted to stick with music and just wanted to find a way to earn a living with music. And so I started producing because I'd always been a fan of like rap music and hip hop music. I was a fan of Wiz Khalifa, honestly, first. That's my favorite rapper, to be honest.
I like him.
You see what I got on, don't you?
I didn't
Black
even
and
see it. It
yellow.
was at the black and yellow, right? That's awesome. There you go. And so I really just I always listened to him. Like that was just me, like my style of music. That was just like, just I was a fan, honestly. And so I went from him and honestly, like his production by Sledgen and Cardo, that really was like after being a fan of Wiz, then learning that Sledgen and Cardo were the ones that made the beats and whatnot, a large majority of them. It's like that really inspired me to actually download FL Studio and just to actually try and learn to make beats, like because I wanted to make that sound. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to make that sound, so I just that was really what I strived for, and so I just stuck with that and just downloaded FL and just kept at it. And I've tried like Ableton. They got a couple different other ones out there, but I've tried Ableton. It just wasn't as user friendly as Fruity Loops was to me. So I've just always stuck with that and always been able to make something happen with that right there. But just been sticking with producing for right now. To add a little more to the story, it's crazy because 2014, like I said, in February, I put my first beats out basically, and I ran across some emails. I paid for some through. It was actually it was actually a Def Jam. He worked for Def Jam, I believe. He was an A&R. I don't believe he works there anymore. But this was like back in 2014. But he had like a list of emails, and I think it was like $50, and he kind of like showed me the ropes, to be honest. Like he told me what to put in the bio so they can contact you, or in the subject. He told me what to put in the subject line so they can contact you, like the rappers, if they wanted to use their beats or use your beats. So I did that, and the list that I got, a lot of emails were full just because so many people sent in beats. But I did get some responses from some people, and somebody that I got a response from that email was Tato, actually, from GBE, Chief Keef's cousin.
Yes, sir. Chicago, Chi-Town.
Yeah, exactly,
Direct.
exactly, right, exactly. And so he reached out and he told me that he liked the beats, and this was like in 2015, I believe. And he said he liked a bunch of the beats, and he told me that he said that he was in I think it was Miami. He was in Miami or something like that, and he was they were gonna record with some of the beats. So he didn't send anything back, but he's been a good communicator. He's always let me know when he gets the beats and when he likes the beats. So that happened about a year after I really started releasing beats online, and then it was the crazy part about this next one is that whenever I was on Twitter one day, I just was scrolling. I always used to look up like rappers' emails. I used to put that in the subject line on Twitter, like, or email beats to, and I would see like a bunch of people and sometimes famous people like put their emails to send beats to. So I would always search that, and somehow I saw that this guy had tweeted a screenshot of an email, like beats that he sent to Juicy J and Project Pat. The crazy part is he left the email in the picture so I could see it. So I was like, man, I'm about to send beats to that email, and I got on it right away. And I think it was the next day I got a response from him, and it was Project Pat, and he basically told me three. One was an original, and two were no, I'm sorry. One was an original. One was collab by me and Lex Luger, and the third one I forget honestly which one it was. I mean that, and the even crazier part about it, it was on May 22nd, 2015. I remember that because that was on my birthday in 2015. I woke up to that message, and so it was crazy. But the crazy part and for the newer up and coming producers, like I'm still up and coming, obviously. For the newer ones, like it can take time, really, honestly. I don't even know. I couldn't even give you a time frame, but I've heard I've heard famous producers say now that it's taking them like 7-8 years to blow up, really. I mean, something like that. So it's like, it can take time. It really can. It's just like, if you really want it, if you really love it, then you're going to stick with it. I mean, that's really all there is to it. it's hard work. It really is. It's not. A lot of people they'll see the glory and they don't see like the long nights you stay up and like exactly the work. And so it's just like there's something to it behind the scenes. It's not just don't get me wrong. You can be connected and make something happen really fast. I know, and I'm not like downplaying Lex Luger's skills or anything, but he was well connected, and that really can help in the long run, just being connected and knowing rappers. And that's where I felt like in a way I've kind of got quote unquote lucky, just like having the emails, finding the email for Juicy J and Project Pat on Twitter. Like in a way, I mean, things just have kind of worked out and whatnot for me. So it's not to say that like things haven't been hard or been slow. Like you're always going to go through that, I think. So it's been a little bit of everything, to be honest. So it's been fun though.
What we call that on this show, we call that Big God.
Right. That's
what
right.
he got for you. What he got for you is for you, and no man can take it away.
Right.
Nobody on earth can take it away, man.
Right.
Shout out to Sam. Man.
Yeah,
hey, Sam.
I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Hey, straight up, man.
Oh,
hey, B, you didn't tell me we had one of the original members, ADC. What are they? ACDC. You said you was in the band.
Yeah,
You was an ACDC?
Nah, I wish, right? I wish. No, that's funny though, right? I love them. They're a good band too.
That's what's up, man. I got one of the shirts, man. ACDC.
That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir. That's
awesome.
What's up, man.
I think you have an advantage because you actually know how to play instruments. Because a lot of producers like don't have no kind of musical background, but they can tap some beats together.
Right.
And to me, that makes a difference.
Right. And I don't want to say like there's any right way to do it because, I mean, I know honestly, Lex Luger actually is a drummer as well. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of the drum stuff you hear come through on his beats, maybe stuff that just comes from his drumming knowledge and his drumming background. I feel like I said, there's no right way to do it. It can really help. In terms of, and I'm still learning, like, because my mom is a piano player.
That's dope.
My dad's a guitar. So it's kind of like, I'm more the drummer. So I really don't know in terms of scales. Like I can play chords and scales on the guitar, but I'm a little slower pace when it comes to that stuff, like playing a piano, trying to figure out like octaves and stuff. I'm a little slower at that, but the drums is where I really like, I'm really more better at that, I should say. But the knowledge definitely does help to a certain extent, for sure.
You mess with them 808s?
Yeah, I got a bunch. The funny thing is, the first 808s I started using were from a pack that Sledgerin released. He released it online, and it was like $10 or $15, and you could buy it. And all the first beats that I still have on my old computer. I gotta get the hard drive restored because there's a bunch of like unfinished Lex Luger collabs on that. Yeah, it's like I gotta get that. I've just been waiting for the right time, honestly. I could do it right now, but it's kind of like things have been slow this year. And previous years, I was just thinking I might as well wait until I make some more connections higher up, and then to get those beats out there to like maybe bigger people. And you know what? So it was just like, I'm going to do that soon, but I got my first beats on there. And the first 808s I used were the Sledgerin 808s. So those were, and the Lex Luger's got a lot of good 808s too.
Yes, sir.
So I know people like the DJ Spins 808 too. I don't even have that. I don't even have the DJ Spins 808. I need that one though.
I like Southside 808s, TM88.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. And it's funny. I remember, speaking of TM88, I remember he said because back in I think probably 2014 or whatnot, I think it was before 2015. He told a bunch of people to send like beats to his email, and he was going to do a live Instagram. And I sent him the first beat I ever made. I sent him the two first beats I ever made, and he played one of them like on his Instagram thing. And he was saying, like how he told me, he told the chat rather, the Instagram live. He said that he could hear like Meek Mill on it. So that was pretty.
That's dope. Hey, my boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Murray.
It's pretty crazy. And all those sounds were out of the Sledgeon packet too. That like
Okay.
it was a Mega Man sample. I remember like the video game Mega Man. If y'all remember that,
I remember
I
that.
remember that one. I sampled that. It was a little sample that came in the packet that I bought, and then I used like all the drum sounds. And I remember I made the beat pretty fast. It just kind of all like connected and went together. But I remember that was a cool motivational thing to hear.
That's lit. Them $10, $15 were worth it, one big dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Exactly.
See,
Yeah, man, it pays off, right?
Yes, sir.
that's what's amazing to me, Sam. Like I tried my hand in producing. Number one, I suck at it. Number two, it's way too tedious for me. I downloaded FL Studio. I looked at it for about 24 hours. I said, I don't understand it. I'm gone. I went to GarageBand, which I know is like producing for dummies. That was even way too much. And I was like, okay, I'm out. So I applaud you for sticking to it and doing your thing, because that's tough. I don't ever want to be a producer. I actually mixed up our theme song, and that took me like 48 hours.
Oh, that's funny. I know what you mean. It can be overwhelming. I felt the exact same way, but let me tell you, like the thing that really pushed me to keep going, like because I felt the exact same way. And anybody who feels like that, just keep going. Like even you, B, I'm telling you, like just keep going. Just try it out maybe one more time, maybe a couple more times. Because it's just like you'll figure it out eventually, and things are going to get so much easier. It's not going to happen overnight, so don't stress if it doesn't happen overnight. Like it took me like a couple months. That's why I started, like I said, I started producing 2013. It was basically December. I started making the first beats, November, December. It took me like 2 or 3 months to actually get them like how I actually wanted them mixed wise too. Just putting like a raw mix on there. And being confident enough to put them in. So it's kind of like, it could take a little second. It took me a little second. I remember it was overwhelming and whatnot. But just keep at it. Just keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you keep at it, you'll gain a second. And by gaining a second, you'll gain a minute. By gaining a minute, you'll gain an hour.
That's
and now
a
you
good
got
one.
a full show. Now you got
That's
a
a good
full
one.
show. Lego.
I didn't even, right? I never heard that one. That's a good one. I like
I
it.
just made it up. It's all good.
There you go. Boom.
Hey, I got some bars on that Sammy. Hey, that's
Bars.
Sam M production.
Right.
Hey,
I gotta send you some beats, huh?
Yeah, hey, hook up now.
Get something in. There you go.
Oh man, for real though, man. We proud of you, man. And most importantly, man, we thank you, man, for showing us love, big dog. I know your dreams gonna come true, man. Just keep big God first and keep working hard, man.
That's right. I agree, man. I appreciate y'all having me on and everything. It's been fun.
Don't forget us right here now, Sam. You know?
Nah, never. No.
Have
me on another time. This was fun.
About it.
Nah, never know.
Oh yeah.
So Sam, is it weird when you hear one of your beats on the on the radio, or you watch a video with your beat in it?
I got to be honest. Yeah, I haven't had anything on the radio yet, but that'll come soon. But whenever I look, well, I got to tell you, I got a good answer for that. Whenever I look up, for example, I did if you guys know the rapper Ludfo from
Ludfo,
yeah. No, it's funny. If you guys want to look it up, you don't have to look it up right now, but if you on your own time, if you want to look it up, I actually did a beat for him. I think it was 2014 or 2015 when I first started, and it's called 1700, like just 1700 Ludfo. And that music video that he did, I think it's got close to 1 million views. So it hasn't quite hit 1 million views, but like when I see something like that, especially knowing like I was only a year into producing, it's kind of like it's wild to see. So it's like it keeps you motivated. It makes you know like something can definitely happen from it.
Dreams can really come true in real life, man.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
B.
Yes, sir.
Denise. Hey man.
Hold on.
Man.
I lost my tablet. Oh. All right, man. Before we close out the episode, I just want to definitely, man, we gotta do a quick tribute to the beautiful Miss Natalie Reed, who passed away this week.
Real talk.
She was 53 years old. She died on the 7th. You know, you remember her from BAPS. She was in Eve. Y'all remember Eve?
Yeah, remember Eve? They had LL Cool J,
man.
they had locked cars up. Remember he was in the attic. Remember that was Eve. LL Cool J was in the attic. You don't remember that? They had took cars. Wrong movie.
That's Deliver Us from Evil.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, I just thought he left the first part out.
I'm talking about Eve, the TV show with the rapper Eve.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. She had a beauty supply shop, like a store.
Yeah. Now we talking. Yeah. And then, of course, this news floored me when I found out that Debo, Tiny Lister,
Tuck your chain.
Tiny Lister,
Rest in peace.
Passed away, and that was a huge
One time
loss.
for Big Debo, man. Real talk.
And man, he was 62. That's crazy that he was 62. You know, I definitely thought he was younger than 62.
62 is still very young.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but I thought he was like 40. I didn't know he was, within his 60s.
Hey, man, that's the beauty of it, man.
A week. It's been a year. I ain't gonna say a week. This has just been a year. Like, what's next?
A great year, success, things that you never seen before. Greatness, listen, the possibility is now a reality. Positivity, alleviate negativity. You feel me? Alleviate negativity. Yeah, right. That's what's next. Up and stuck. You feel me?
Exactly.
Going places you thought you'll never be. Seeing things you never thought you would see. Being able to bless people and do things for others and just make the world a better place is where we finna go. Sir. Hey, stay tuned now. Stay tuned now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I say Sam M Productions.
I appreciate it.
Well,
shout out to y'all, man.
Hey, man, we appreciate that, Sam. Hey, Q.
B.
Take us on, baby.
Hey, man, another episode of Live, Lit, and Legit, man. Shout outs to BG, Bill Janice. Shout out to my boy, man, from the Texas Longhorn, Sam M with the Sam M Productions. Be on the lookout for my boy, because it's finna go stupid. Are you feel me?
Yes, sir.
They can always find us where, B?
Hey, man, as always, you can find us. I'm going to need Bill Janice's help right here. You can find us on Facebook at Live Lit and Legit. Find us on Twitter. I'm finna get it right at live_legit. And you can find us on Instagram at Live Lit Legit Co. How did I do?
Hey, Bill Janice, how did you do, Bill? How did you do, Bill?
Yeah, perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was on point. Yes. I approve.
Hey, man, shout out to our social media consultant, man. She's the one that's behind the scenes doing all the great work for us, man. We thank her so much for all the hard work. Our hearts go out to her. We love her, man. And we love our people, man. And also our guests, man. Shout out one time again, Sam M. Sam, what can they find you at, my boy?
You can follow me on Twitter at Real Sam Murray. That's basically the only social media I really get on. I got a Facebook, but I don't ever really get on it. I'm always on Twitter, so you can find me there all the time.
Find my boy on that Twitter piece, man. Hey, man, another great episode of Live, Lit, Legit. We love y'all. We thank y'all. And always be.
Hey,
that's a wrap.